Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for your daily dose of Dismal Disney. So hot on the heels of Disney's announcement that they were going to build exclusive communities for rich hipsters. Right now, Disney is raising the prices on its tickets.
Yes, Walt Disney World raised the prices on some of their tickets. Not all of them yet, but some of them. It's February. It usually happens this time of year.
Yes.
Chapek kind of made comments in the investor call that it would be happening, but it kind of sounded like he was thinking closer to next year. Now, they'll probably raise it next year too.
Yeah, so this has become an annual event. Disney raises their food prices, then they raise their ticket prices, then they start upcharging for things that used to be free. Every year, it always comes after their fiscal annual report. You know, they're like, hey, we made a lot of money, but we could be making so much more money. We're going to look at the data.
Well, they went up. They were having this huge record, it was one of the best investor calls ever with their money because they were charged people for things like Lightning Lane and front of line access. So now they raised the ticket prices, but you still have to pay for Lightning Lane and front of line access on top of that if you want to not wait for ridiculous long times.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that because this is, again, just part of a bigger picture here. We're going to also talk about the Galactic Starcruiser.
Yes, they sent out a question, like a survey to guests that are coming, ask them if they were planning on canceling and why, and how invested they are in the experience. We're going to talk about that as well. Yeah,
because this is exactly who Disney is tailoring its theme parks to at this point. This article is from last year, but we said in yesterday's video, if you're a blue collar household, Disney doesn't want you. They don't want you anymore.
Well, even if you're you could still be like a teacher or whatever. You're not making enough money to go, It's ridiculous. They're after the whales, and we're talking like people like 400,000 plus is what they're after, and they're just pricing everyone else out.
So we're gonna talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 258,000 subs. Thank you for the support. You can check out more Disney news at piratesandprincesses.net. But yeah, we've been having this discussion because this is something that Disney has been doing for at least the last 5 to 8 years. They've decided that they would rather have fewer guests, but they want to charge those guests more money. Well,
was it 2019? They had huge price hikes on the annual passes too. Yeah. So they haven't done that yet, but I'm expecting this is a start of it. I'm sure we'll hear if Disneyland's going to have price hikes, and they'll probably be like annual passes, or they'll use this opportunity to get rid of them now, like they did in Disneyland.
Record profits, and again, look at the juxtaposition. Most of their cast members couldn't actually afford to go to Disney parks if they didn't get the free passes themselves. They wouldn't be able to go.
I was talking to somebody who lives in Florida, and they were telling me that a lot of people in Florida are mad because the Lightning Lane and other upcharges and crap is getting so expensive that people that live there aren't even going as much as they used to because it's just getting ridiculous, and they're so tired of it.
Yeah. But yet you see videos, you see photos, the parks are packed, and we said before, it's like, look, as much as we'd like to say, consumers are going to punish Disney and eventually they're going to hit a ceiling, they clearly have not hit that ceiling yet.
No.
Because they keep raising the prices. Eventually they will get to a point where, it's so astronomical and so unaffordable that most people will stop going. But again, Disney, they'd rather have 10 people shelling out a couple $1 billion each a year and open the parks just for them than have a bunch of riffraff come in that's not going to spend.
They're going to shell out a couple billion each.
You never know. Maybe Elon Musk. Maybe
there's a little bit of exaggeration.
Maybe Elon Musk is a huge Disney fan.
A couple billion,
But they do. They cater to wealthy Disney fans.
Right. And, that's what's going on. And the thing is, I was thinking about just in the last few years, like things that were free, like parking. For the hotels you have to pay for now. You have to check your bill because people were reporting that they were getting charged for parking even though they didn't bring a car. So always check your hotel bill, because I've heard several stories of resorts that people were getting charged for parking their car when they took an Uber in or something else, and they were being charged. So check your bill.
Yeah, a lot of people don't check their bills.
So they're charging for that. They're charging for they raised prices of parking at the parks multiple times. They're charging more for everything from food. They've cut back on a lot of things you could get that were free things. People were using like the toppings bars at like the different restaurants to make their little burger spread further between people. Well, they took a lot of that out when they had COVID.
Yeah.
So there's all these different things. It's a matter of times they say, oh, you can't bring food in, you watch.
Yeah, that'll happen. A lot of theme parks, have a rule. I mean, we talk about Hershey Park, and you're not allowed to take food to
Hershey Park was higher priced on their food and stuff than Disney. It was like 4 hot dogs and drinks. It was like $100. But I'm sure by now Disney's probably beating them.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is like one of the few places in America where you can pay $20 for a basic hamburger.
Right. And then, and that's a great deal. $6 a cupcake. So they raised their prices. Now, 1 to 3 day base tickets are still the same price. Because from what I'm hearing is when they're doing these park pass reservation systems, they limit like the amount of availability if there's so many annual pass holders can get in, so many people just tickets can get in, so many hotel guests can get in. They have limits. Well, people have been saying that they keep trying to make it that you have to buy even if you have an annual pass, they're trying to make it that if you want to get in, you have to buy a ticket on top of it. So the 1 to 3 day tickets staying the same price. I think they're trying to push people into those. So that makes sense. But now 4 day tickets went up a little bit. At the high end, stayed the same. I think most of these, about 3 to 4 day tickets usually stay about the same. They go up on the low end, but the high end cap's about the same. But then but you can see here, 6 day tickets went from $478 to $646 to $496 to $672. And some of these are like $30 price increases. Hopper, same thing. 1 to 2 is staying the same. But if you want more than that, the prices went up. Park Hopper Plus, 1 to 2 days stay the same. But if you want more than that, 3 and 4 is about the same. But everything else went up.
Yeah.
Because I think those are the ones that people probably use the most. So they're trying to keep those prices, But it's just getting ridiculous.
I think the reason, this might be a PR thing, because every time they raise the single day ticket prices, the headlines, because they want you to stay for more than 1 day, right? Mm-hmm. Headlines always read, Disney's 1 day ticket prices are over $125.
Well, they didn't raise the 1 day ticket. They raised the longer you stay, the more the increments seem to have gone up.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they're doing that to kind of lessen the blow of when the 1 day tickets go
Which will
up.
Probably happen.
The media won't flip out as much because they're like, oh, they already raised
It's already ridiculous. It used to be it would go by off season, peak season, that kind of stuff. And now it's if you buy a ticket on a Saturday and you start tickets, that's one price. But if you buy it starting on a Tuesday, it's it could be a huge difference between just a week apart. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, there's definitely they have this down to a science. I mean, I remember when they unveiled that pricing structure, and people were confused. Travel agents were confused. They're like, we've been selling Disney for years, and at the time we were on another blog, and we were talking to travel agents, and they were like, I have no idea how this works. They're like,
it's down to the pennies, $761.21. I mean, it used to be a rounded number. Now it's down to pennies. And then that's not tax. That doesn't include tax, which is high in Florida.
Someday the price of a 1 day ticket will be $666.66.
That's right. Probably is already that. I have nothing to say to that because it's not wrong. But it's just meanwhile, they're talking about how they have the PCAP that's so high and all this other shit. And then they're announcing these Golden Oaks 2.0 for the rich hipsters and the rich and wealthy.
Yeah.
And they're raising prices again. And just right after they get bonuses, the Chapek got all these bonuses, all these executives got new contracts with lots of money. It's ridiculous.
The market decides, and this is the thing. As long as wealthy Disney fans or cultists, whatever you want to call them, keep shelling out more and more money to Disney, they'll take it. I mean, they will.
Well, what the apologists are going to say? Oh, it's only $20 more per person. It's only $30 more per person, right?
Times how many years?
Right. I mean, yeah, but beyond that. Now it's that much more per person, but if you want Lightning Lane, it's $15 a person more on top of that per person per day. Yeah. And if you want to get front of lane access because you don't want to sit in line for 4 hours, then you're talking $7 to $20 or whatever per person per ride per day. So it can easily add up to be $100 or more. You can say a family of 4. You want Lightning Lane, that's $60 right there. Yeah. One front of line access pass you're going to be over $100 on top of the increased price per day. It is absolutely just flat out greed at this point. And you're not, and they're trying to say, well, because we're doing all these new things. Well, where? You have a couple rides that you've been milking for years and you don't have the damn things done yet. Universal and places were still constructing stuff during COVID. You shut stuff down. You know, you're milking these out. It's going to be a bear to get on these attractions. And then, meanwhile, you have like during an Imagination, it looks like shit. They redid Splash Mountain. They only painted like half the leaves. They did a renovation and like half the leaves got painted on the front. You can see where the grass is really green on one side and not on the other. Some of the leaves look green and some look blue.
But why bother if they're going to gut it?
Well, that's probably why they didn't. Because they didn't. Why do any renovation?
Well, that's how we knew the Great Movie Ride wasn't long for this world, because it was rumored before they were going to get rid of it, but they weren't fixing Tarzan. They weren't fixing a lot of the
he wasn't swinging when we were there the last time. He wasn't swinging.
He was just dangling there, and it was like, they're not maintaining this ride. When they stop maintaining the rides, you know that they're not.
Well, they plan on doing it. I'm just using an example. Why do a refurbishment and close it at all if you're just going to like half-ass it? And then
save money.
Right. But they have all these things that like there's trash everywhere and they have all these, they're not paying their cast members very well and all this other shit, but they're going to nickel and dime you and it's not going to, you're like, okay, well, that's fine. Cast members get paid more. No, CEOs and executives get paid more.
Yeah, again, not to harp on Christine McCarthy, but she got like a base of like $11 million bonus on top of her salary, and that would have run the cast member pantry for like a decade.
Right, but then she's making comments. We're going to shrink portion sizes to offset. We're already telling you we're raising the prices and shrinking the food so we can pocket more money because the guests will thank us because they're their waistlines are big anyway.
Let them eat cupcakes, but tiny cupcakes, not the big ones.
$7 a tiny cupcake.
Yeah.
It's a Disney deal.
It's a Disney deal.
It's the Disney difference.
It's so weird, though. We talked about this. When you're in Disney, money doesn't mean anything anymore.
It does when you start thinking in your head how much it costs.
It's like actual real money is like crypto when you're in Disney, because you're just like, okay, so outside the gates, $5 for a soda is completely unthinkable. Mm-hmm. But inside Disney, $4.50 is a really good deal for a bottle of Coke.
Well, and not just that. I was thinking about the meals. Like, you go to a character meal, and you could pay as much for one person as we would pay for all four of us to go eat at a nicer restaurant outside the park. It's insane. And the food is sometimes good, and sometimes it's a shit, especially if it's a buffet.
Oh, yeah. The buffets aren't... I mean, some of them are okay, but the quick service food is really... I mean, we're talking like... sub McDonald's level.
McDonald's food's better sometimes, yes.
Yeah, you can get better burger. I mean, get one of the better burgers, but you can get better meal McDonald's. It's anyway. Let's talk about this other part. This is what people are probably.
So this is WDW News Today. So I want to give them credit because they're the ones that posted it. Can I take the mouse? I'm in charge.
Take the mouse. Take him. He's taking you.
That's right. Pull his ears. Anyway. No comment.
He's pulling something else.
I
pull your pants down, pal.
I do more of this than you do because this is my job outside of pop culture. So apparently Disney sent out a guest survey.
Okay.
To those that are coming and have reservations on the Galactic Starcruiser.
All 10 that are left.
They still have March sold out, and they claim April only has 1 day left.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure
a lot of bloggers and people who are diehard Star Wars fans are going first, and then after that, good luck.
Fire Festival's sold out too.
We've known since the beginning. I thought they'd be sold out longer than they are.
Yeah,
I thought at least 6 months, and then people would get tired of it.
Yeah,
it's actually less than I thought it would be. So anyway, here's what they're sending out to these people for the overpriced Starcruiser hotel. Okay, which of the following best describes why you decided to book the Galactic Starcruiser? Star Wars themed food and beverages. I remember my family or my travel party is a huge Star Wars fan. To personally interact with Star Wars characters, it's something new to do at Walt Disney World. To experience a first of its kind unique offering. To complete immersion in an imaginary world. Staying in a unique accommodations, blah, blah, blah. Live my own Star Wars adventure, other. And then they go to that. So then they're saying here, this was interesting. Please indicate your level of certainty around traveling to your upcoming Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser reservation. I'm fully committed. We're definitely going to keep our reservation. Somewhat committed, not very committed, or not at all committed. We're planning on canceling.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
They're asking you, are you going to cancel it?
Yeah.
Why would they put a question in a survey like that unless they're getting a whole lot of cancellations?
Yeah. Well, the media's been talking about that. They're like, hey, all these
They're
openings.
talking about it first.
Yeah, I know. Us awful YouTubers. But yeah, even the mainstream media now is like they've seen previews, they're hearing the reviews, they're canceling. If this thing were even half the price, it might be worth it. But, $6,000? Really? Really? For this?
Okay, so here's some other questions. I'll let you read some because I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
All right. So here the survey asked about guest commitment to their reservations. Which of the following, if any, need to happen for you to be fully committed to Star Wars?
Half the stuff they can't control.
No. Securing time off from work, school, or activities.
Why would you book a trip if you didn't already have that secured?
Yeah. Deciding if the trip cost is worth it. I think they're going to get a lot of those.
I'm sure they are too.
Another voyage date that better fits my schedule. Change in mask policy at Disney World. I or my travel party need to be sure we feel comfortable traveling to Orlando.
Well, that's a big one. A lot of people aren't traveling. I'm not even flying to Orlando right now because of all this.
More details about the experience.
Yeah, that one's going to be a good one too. A big one too.
Testimonial reviews from others who have experienced it, and please specify. I think the
people are waiting for testimonials.
Yeah. Yep.
And I wouldn't recommend taking the first ones that come out because, you might get a fair review on like WWE News Today or some other places, but a lot of them are like completely up Disney's ass. And now all they care about is their travel, either they own a travel agency or they're sponsored by a travel agency and they want you to book because they get money.
Mm-hmm. I should answer other. Where's Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Where's Luke Skywalker? What the hell is this? This isn't Star Wars.
What is it?
What the hell where's Baby Yoda?
Why am I in Star Trek?
Where's Baby Yoda?
Why is this the F and Fifth Element?
What best describes how your Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser voyage fits in your March 2022 trip to Orlando? It's a standalone experience. My trip will consist solely of the 2-night Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser voyage for people who have entirely too much money and don't know what to do with it. I don't plan to do anything else in Florida. It's part of a Disney World trip, part of a non-Disney Florida trip, part of a combination Disney World. How dare you go to Universal? How dare you?
When you were reading, I'm a resident of it. When you were reading that one about, the trip for people that have entirely too much money to spend and can't plan very good.
What is this? A hotel for ants?
Galactic ants.
Galactic ants? Space ants? Which of the following best describes the people who are planning to be in your immediate traveling party? Stupid. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Spouse, partner, children under 18, other children under 18, my adult children, my grandchild children, adult child, grandchildren, children, children,
the friends,
me and family members,
their dog's friends,
my boyfriend, my wife's boyfriend, my wife's boyfriend's cousin's boyfriend, who's also my boyfriend, relatives besides immediate family, friends, and other kins. My best friend who is pretending to be a dog. Mm-hmm. He's going to dress up.
Identifies as a dog.
He identifies as a dog. There are a few boilerplate questions, like who they're planning to travel with.
Right, that's what it said.
Yeah, or not sold.
Yeah, like, do you plan to wear themed outfits?
Fuck no.
A lot of people are going to.
Well, except for your boyfriend who's dressed like a dog.
But it's going to be interesting, though, because...
boyfriends, cousins...
Make sure you check the rules about the costumes, because I've got a feeling people are going to do stuff they're not supposed to do. But check the rules... Because I know Disney has a lot of costume rules, like when it comes to like Halloween or, just going to theme parks. Over a certain age, you can't wear this. And,
Can't take my Darth Vader helmet with me and pretend to choke a bitch.
No.
Stop singing.
Someone should dress. Was it Dark Helmet?
Dark Helmet. Oh my God.
Was it Dark Helmet? Is that what his name
Dark
was?
Helmet. Yeah. Spaceballs.
That would be funny.
Which of the following best describes how actively you intend to participate in the immersive story? I'll sit in my room and drink.
Yeah, I guess one of the options.
Full participation. I want to actively participate in the interactive story as much as I can. Participate some. Just watch. Wait, is this the Galactic Starcruiser or an orgy? Participate some. Just watch it other times. I want to participate in the interactive story sometimes, but take some breaks. Only watch, no participation. I prefer to not have any active participation in the story and would rather just observe it.
I'd rather sit at the bar and drink.
This could totally be a questionnaire for an orgy too. Anyway, just saying, it's the orgy where we all get to feel your money flowing.
There's a lot of money involved.
Which of the following best describes how your Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser voyage has influenced your March trip to Florida? It's replacing days we would have spent doing other things in Florida, like going to Universal.
We picked you over somebody else.
We increased the number of days we're spending because of the Galactic Starcruiser. We would not be visiting Orlando if not for the Galactic Starcruiser. I'm a resident of Orlando. Which of these best describes the role Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser played in your trip planning? It's the primary reason. It's one of many reasons I'm going to Orlando. Has little to no influence. It should be like
blah,
other.
Blah, blah. Yeah.
How
so
many
they go on. It's just like, give us some details about who's in your party and what your gender is. What's that matter?
Prefer not to answer.
What transportation do you plan on using?
Are you using Disney-approved transportation?
That's right. So, what do you using to depart? Transportation.
A spaceship.
That's right.
Where's my damn spaceship, Disney?
What best describes how Universal or Orlando Central Florida travel party will experience Star Wars? All of my immediate my travel party for March is going to be on the voyage with me. Part of it, or I am the only member.
Oh my God, that's so sad. I should just troll somebody, just answer this and just be like, it's just me. And I'm going to just watch. I'm not going to participate.
It's me and my imaginary friend.
It's me and my imaginary friend. How many different households will be represented in your immediate travel?
God,
how many?
Why does it matter?
What are the incomes?
What's the name of your dog? What's your social security number?
Yeah, we're just going to suck the money right out of your bank account.
Yeah, please insert your bank account number here.
We're going to suck it out like we sucked the Force out of Kylo and Rey. That's why we put that in that movie. It's like, right. Oh, it's Palpatine's Force-sucking powers. Suck it right out of you.
It's immersion. We're just sucking the money right out. And any love you had for Star Wars at the same time. No, it's funny. They do this a lot with these surveys. This is not an unusual thing that they do. But it was funny to me because I'd never seen one ask, are you planning on canceling your trip? Basically, I've never seen that.
Well, okay. So I think I heard something about that when they started the the shutdowns and.
Well, yeah. Okay, in that regard, but I mean, just a basic hotel survey. I've never heard. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It's just I haven't seen it. But
you're canceling. So they're panicking. You're canceling. Why are you canceling? Is it because you haven't seen enough? Is it because you're what's the deal?
Are you waiting until someone tells you it's good?
Oh,
yeah, they get a lot of people saying that. They're going to go hit the social media up being like, make sure you tell everybody it's fantastic.
Or else.
Yeah.
Would you like this big white glove finger up your ass? Yeah, you better.
Oh, are you like a puppet? Or you know what I mean.
Anyway. That's why Pinocchio's got no strings. We have other ways of making him move, making him dance. I don't know, guys. This is again, I feel, and I could be wrong, but I feel this is an upcoming episode of Defunct Land.
Well, people were making jokes about Defunct Land getting a hold of like about the Richie people, Golden Oaks too. They're like, can't wait till Defunct Land gets hold of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all of this is an episode for Defunct Land. The prices went up. You got the Richie Rich new housing complex where you have to pay a lot for your house and then pay club dues to be able to use the amenities near your house.
Disney should just buy Richie Rich and just make him the new mascot.
Why don't we just let people line up, just give them all their money, kick them, and then move on, because it's basically the same thing.
Well, that's what these communities are. It's basically like, oh, you get to live in a Disney resort all year round, and we can just suck the money out of you. All the shops, all the experiences,
club dues.
It's all goes
you want
to
to do
Disney.
anything, you have to pay club dues.
Yeah, it all goes to Disney.
Yeah, it's just like at this point, it's homeowner association times 10. It's just.
I mean, look, Disney. If you want to take a shortcut, just have Bob Chapek go buy a bunch of small towns around America. See how that works out, but then it could be Disney's America.
Because that would be the wrong clientele.
Exclusively wealthy small towns.
We're gonna buy the little towns, kick everybody out of it, so we can bring the rich people in from the cities and be like, oh my God, it's so quaint.
Like Disney's Grosse Pointe, Michigan. There we go.
Oh my God, look, I just saw some farmers working in the field. Oh, it's adorable. Glug, 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 glug.
Yeah.
It's like we used to live by Amish people. There are Amish people all over the place. And when you'd have people come in from like France or different places, they'd be sitting there trying to hide behind cars taking pictures of the Amish. And you think I'm making it up, but I'm totally serious. And they would be like, oh my gosh, they're so quaint. They're so cute. Oh my, look, they're brushing the mud and the poop off their shoes before they go into sheets. Oh, it's adorable. And you think I'm kidding.
Don't take their picture. You'll steal their souls.
No. But then I can't imagine what they're thinking. They're probably just like, leave me the hell alone.
City slickers.
I'm just like, so that's what it'd be like, but maybe treating everybody that way.
God, I don't know, guys. It is what it is, right? I mean, what else is there to say? I'm sure we'll find lots of things to say.
I know. So we're raising the prices on the tickets, which, shocker, it always happens in February. People thought they might get a break this year. Nope. Of course not. Disney had these massively, like, you know, look, our stock's going up because we had this really, really good quarter and year. So now we're gonna like squeeze you even harder.
Juice you.
Your eyeballs have to pop out.
Hey, you know, just as an aside, I thought David Dobrik was canceled. Why does he have his own Discovery show with animals? We gonna wrap this up?
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.